Hi, and welcome to this. This tutorial is using the RPDP questions from their website, and all I'm going to do is, I guess, annotate them. Anyway, it's about cell structures and their functions. So what do your cells do? And let's see how smart I am. Remember, guys, I am a chemistry teacher. So sometimes you're going to hear more logic about why I pick an answer than the actual, well, this is the science about it. And I apologize if you don't like that, but hey, that's how it goes. So, which organelles are most directly involved in transporting materials out of the cell? Well, guys, it's not the nucleus. It's not that. It's not chloroplast, because chloroplast isn't in every cell. And most people go here with the cell membrane and the cell wall, but remember, not every cell has a cell wall. So, the actual correct answer is the Golgi apparatus and the cell membrane, because that's what packages things up. Okay? Gets it ready to go. And there you go. Correct answer. Golgi apparatus and cell membrane. Which organelle is the site of cellular respiration in both plants and animal cells? So again, let's figure out what each part does, and we'll go from there. The nucleus is the control, the brain of the cell. So that's not it. Chloroplasts are only in plant cells, so that can't be it. Mitochondria is energy. And when you think energy, that is respiration, and it's actually the correct answer. Vacuoles are storage. Okay, so there you go. And again, mitochondria is the correct answer. Yay! I could win double jeopardy, maybe. Which statement best describes the cell membrane of a typical plant cell? Well, guys, think about a membrane. A membrane is like a thin layer, but things can pass in and out of it. It's almost like a filter. That's actually a really good description. So if you've ever filtered something, that's kind of what it's like. So does it selectively control what enters and exits? Yep, that's really kind of what a filter does. It'll stop some things and let some other things through. It's not composed of only proteins and carbohydrates. Does not have the same permeability, because if it had the same permeability, then some things would be, everything would be allowed in, and some things would not be allowed in. And what if a plant needed something that wasn't being allowed in, or a cell needed it? Then we got a problem. It's not composed of two protein layers. So the correct answer is A. It selectively controls what enters and exits the cell. Which organelle is responsible for photosynthesis? Well, it can't be the nucleus. Mitochondria is energy. Vacuole storage leaves chloroplast. Because remember, nucleus is your brain. Use your nucleus. Okay, chloroplast. And remember, guys, chloroplasts, yes, they are found in plant cells, but the common misconception is that what was I going to say? All plants have chloroplast, but not all plants do have chloroplast. Most do, but not all. Know that. In the diagram below, typical cell 1 and cell 2 represent typical cells. In both cells, organelle 5 is the site of, well, let's first figure this out. This is an animal cell. And I know it because it doesn't have a cell wall. This has a cell wall, so this is plant. So anything that's trying to say that it's like photosynthesis can't be it, because we're pointing at both of them. Okay? And this here is the vacuole. And I know that because it's extra large. And in a plant, because a plant can't go get its own food, the vacuole is extra large. So that gets rid of resource storage. Okay? And it's not pointing to the nucleus, so that means it can't be protein synthesis, because over here is the nucleus. So it's got to be cellular respiration. And again, what did I do? I used elimination, because you know what, guys? I'm not going to always be 100% perfect, and you're not always going to have the exact right answer. So if you took the idea and eliminated answers, you're going to get down to at least 50%. And that's sometimes why I do these movies more than just to teach you, is to get you to start thinking test-taking strategies, because test-taking strategies are very key to being successful. Okay. So again, cellular respiration is the correct answer. If the ribosome stops working, which cellular process was most directly be affected? Okay, so what does the ribosome do? That's what you need to think about. What does the ribosome do? Well, I know what the ribosome does, but let's use some elimination and see if we can figure it out. I know it can't be photosynthesis, because then a ribosome is found in both a plant and animal cell. Aerobic respiration is the mitochondria. Excretion of cellular waste is not involved in protein synthesis, so that can't be it. And this is also more likely to be the Golgi apparatus, or the cell membrane. So that can't be it. So if ribosomes start working, and the ribosomes are directly involved in protein synthesis, and that's the correct answer. So ribosomes, again, protein synthesis. Which of the following is present in a typical plant cell but not an animal cell? I hope you're all jumping up and down, jumping up and down, jumping up and down. Do you guys know the answer? I know the answer. It is a cell wall. Okay, they both have mitochondria, they both have ribosomes, and they both have Golgi apparatus. And the way I equate it to my friends, my students, and yes, I know this isn't the correct biological way, because really the cell wall is more about maintaining homeostasis in the plant because it keeps the structures aligned and all that. I just say, hey, does the plant have anything to protect itself? No, so it has a wall like a fortress to keep everything in and keep things out, because it can't run. Okay, again, correct answer, cell wall. 8, which organelle functions as in the storage of water and biomolecules? Well, we just said the cell wall is not in every cell. It's not the endoplasmic reticulum, nor is it the chloroplast, and it's the vacuole, because the vacuole is like a big giant storage bag. It sucks up what's the extra stuff and it stores it till it's needed. So again, vacuole. Use the diagram to answer the following question. This cell is most likely a plant cell because it contains, what is structure 4 pointing at? Because we know that structure 1 is the membrane, because that's sure what it looks like. And both a plant and animal cell have that. That looks like the nucleus. Structure 3, probably protein synthesis, maybe a ribosome. Not quite sure, but I do know that this one is a cell wall, and that's what makes it an animal cell. Not an animal cell, and a plant, and it's what defines it as a plant cell because it has a cell wall. Plant cells equal cell wall. Know that. Okay, again, structure 4. Plants are unable to move to a new location in response to changes in their environment. Which of the following organelles plays a role in maintaining homeostasis? So we want the thing to remain the same. Well, a cell wall can help maintain it, but it's not as good as, it's not what it is. Chloroplast is where it makes its own food. Nucleus tells it what to do. The best thing for maintaining homeostasis is the vacuoles, because it stores. And so when there's not enough of things, it can let it all out. Okay? Cell wall just protects it. The vacuole is truly what helps maintain homeostasis. And we had a typo here, and the wrong one actually got redded. Correct answer is vacuole. A vacuole is what helps maintain homeostasis. And you got to think that's actually the correct answer, because it's where extra things are stored. And if I need that stores, where am I going to find it? In the vacuole. That's why it's maintaining homeostasis. So anyway, I hope this short tutorial helped you out. I hope you're feeling better. And of course, you know, I am all about proficiencies, but really these are test-taking strategies. So if you're using them in biology and you're using them to learn how to take a test and do better, hey, that's a really good idea. That's called using your nucleus. You know, that thing on top.